Do you have a health message or health knowledge that you want to get paid a premium for your advice online? Or if you're interested in monetizing your knowledge through a coaching program or courses or speaking events, if you want to be able to attract high-paying speaking gigs or high-paying clients, high-paying coaching students, if you want to bring buyers that are willing to pay a premium, then there are 3 mistakes that you need to avoid doing and stop doing now. Or don't expect to attract high-paying clients. Today I want to share with you how I attract high-paying clients and what I have found to give me a breakthrough in my business that before, when I was making 6 figures a month, it wasn't until I learned this that I was able to have my first $40,000 day. And in understanding this principle has really been a big difference in my business. So what I want to talk about is that there's 4 types of buyers, and depending on which buyer that you attract will largely determine the quality of your business, really, because in business, who you're serving is going to greatly influence whether you're building a business of your dreams or a business that is a nightmare and one that you don't wake up from. So one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that when they are wanting to attract premium buyers or high-paying clients, they're speaking to these other types of buyers. And the first buyer that you want to avoid is what I like to call do-it-yourself Dallases. The do-it-yourself Dallas are those who want everything for free. These are the people who are like, why would I pay money for solving my problems when I could just go to YouTube University or Google it and for free? And I used to have this mindset. I remember I had mentors who would really believe that money is more valuable than time. So in order to save money, we would spend time. For instance, we had a cracked phone on our screen, and instead of just going to the screen repair shop, paying $80 to fix our phone, we'd go on YouTube, research for 10 hours, trying to figure out how to fix the phone, getting the new tools that we didn't have, and doing some trial and error and putting our screen sideways and saying, hey, I saved $80. When really I just spent 10 hours trying to figure that out on my own. That's working below minimum wage to try to solve a simple problem. But the do-it-yourself Dallas, a lot of times you don't want to build, if you're seeking to build a business, one that could financially reward you and support the causes you care about and provide a financial fortress around your family, if you want to have resources to scale your impact, then building a business on the do-it-yourself Dallas is not a great plan. These are the types of people who are outraged when you are creating content and then you're saying, hey, I put together an opportunity for you guys to work with me, and then you have something to sell and they're like, oh, you sold out. It's like you changed, and what's wrong with you? And because they think everything needs to be for free. And if you're charging for it, then they're shocked and appalled at that very fact. So there's certain ways that we can speak in our languaging that will attract the do-it-yourself Dallases. And quite frankly, I'm going to be honest with you in case no one else has, then by building a business on free, people who think everything should be for free is a terrible plan, because it will be very difficult to be profitable with targeting that type of buyer. So that's the first type of buyer that you want to avoid. The second type of buyer that you could choose to target is what I like to call the discount Davids. And the discount Davids, they love a good discount. These are the bargain shoppers, the coupon cutters, the dollar store Davids. These are the ones who were outraged when the dollar store was no longer selling for $1, but now they're selling things for $3 and $5. They're like, what? It's like, how could you have a dollar store that you're selling for $5? And the discount Davids are highly motivated by, it's like, oh, you get this 50% off and then it's yours. Or they're really looking for a deal. They're always looking for a discount. These are the people that are nickel and dime your business and your profit margins, so that you have razor thin margins that you're not able to really to grow the business, to be able to scale, to put back into your operations, put back into building a team. You know, some of you have struggle with navigating technology. Some of you have a challenge with there's different skills in marketing or in video editing or in web design or in graphic design. There's just different skills that let's be honest, you're not that great at. And some of them you don't really want to be great at. Like for me, I'm not a video editor, not a graphic designer. I do not like building websites. I used to figure out if I needed a website built, I'd go do it myself when I first started my business in 2013. And I wanted to have a website for my speaking, for my content, for my videos. And it was exhausting. I would try to do this, and I was just like, oh, I hate editing videos. I hate doing these websites. And it wasn't until I began to realize if I stopped trying to attract the do-it-yourself Dallases and the discount Davids, then I could start having the resources to then be able to financially provide for people who love editing videos, who love building websites. And that's the thing. There are people who you want to surround yourself with who absolutely love doing the thing that you hate most. Because it's been said, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's absolutely true. There's no such thing as a self-made success. There's only team-made success. And when you are targeting the discount Davids, then you are actually repelling your ability to be able to invest and reinvest into your business and your operation and growing your team. So one thing to keep in mind is that when you're marketing to the poor, you are going to repel the wealthy. If you're marketing to the wealthy, you're going to repel the poor. With your pricing, with the stories that you give, with the examples, the reasons, the stories you talk about, all of these things are going to either attract your premium buyers or they're going to repel premium buyers. And once you understand, this is a big breakthrough that I had, is recognizing that one of the biggest differences between high-paying clients and low or no-paying clients is why they buy. See, poor people believe the purpose of money is to pay their bills. They think that they get the money and they go, and the purpose of their money is to go so they can pay their bills. Where the middle class think the difference between the poor, the middle class, and the wealthy is how they view money. It's their psychology about money, what they believe the intent and purpose is. The middle class believe the purpose of money is so that they could build good credit so they could buy the stuff that they can't afford and they want, like the cars, the boats, the houses. And so the middle class, they save and they build good credit so that they can go buy things they can't afford. And the wealthy think entirely differently about money. They do not spend money. Where one of the reasons why the poor have such a difficult time buying, so they want to do everything themselves, or they're always looking for a discount, is because they're looking at everything as an expense. They're saying, I can't afford it. It's too expensive. And that's what they're going to think about your program. However, the wealthy do not expend money, they invest money. They don't look at everything as an expense, they look at it as an investment. And how can I get a return on investment? The wealthy believe the purpose of money is to take those dollars and impregnate those dollars so they can make more dollars. They can make baby with these dollars. So they can multiply their money. And they're looking for ways that they can take this, they want to spend money so we can save time. And constantly emphasizing discounts is a sure way to repel the wealthy, because the wealthy are largely, we're looking for eliminating hassle. We want things that are fast. You know what's better than free? You know what's better than free? Fast. Fast is better than free. So instead of trying to do everything for free, learn to do it for a fee, but do it faster than others who are doing it for free. And you will attract more high-paying clients. Because what I learned is, as some of the early mentors that I had in entrepreneurship, they would often say when there's something like graphic design that needs to be done, or when there's something when there's some other project needs to happen, they kept saying it's not cost effective to do it ourselves. I'm like, what do you mean cost effective? It's like, you want to go pay someone to do it? Well, we could do that. And they're like, well, it wouldn't be cost effective. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they were explaining how it's because it is, we can make more money working in our business than solving a minimum wage problem. It'd be easier to pay someone to solve that problem, to fix that, to create that, and that way I could reallocate my time in my business where I add the most value, where I'm able to get paid a premium, where I could help people with their health, and then I could take the excess money to be able to invest and provide jobs for other people. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense, because my poor mentors, they would always say, it's like, why spend money on it when you could do it yourself for free? And they thought it was great, right? But my successful entrepreneur mentors, my millionaire mentors, my high-income health mentors, they're the ones who are saying, why would you spend your time doing that when you could just cut a check and let someone else take care of that who genuinely enjoys it? There's less of a learning curve. There's less of there's less of just time being taxed. There's less energy, less exhaustion. You're able to focus more on where you do best and in your strengths and flourishing and serving the people God's called you to serve, and then let other people serve in the way that they're called to serve. That was a big shift. And what we can learn from that is that wealthy people would much rather pay money so that they could save time. Like for me, I'd rather invest. I know that every time that I invest in a mentorship program, if I wanted to get a best-selling book, I was like, all right, where's a mentor that I could cut the check so I could cut the line? And I found a best-selling book boot camp. And as I paid, it was an investment of $2,000 into this program. It was like an 8-week coaching program, and he was showing us how to get to bestseller, how to publish the book quick, how to get to bestseller, and I was able to get to bestseller in 4 weeks. It was about 4 weeks in the middle of the program, and it worked. And that's because I'm willing to pay a premium so that I could buy my time back at a discount. Ephesians 5:16 says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. What does that word redeem mean? Redeeming means to buy back, to rescue from loss, to purchase, to save from perishing. You see that redeeming the time means to buy back our time. So God literally desires us to buy back our time. And one of the best ways I know how to do that is through mentorship. If I want to understand marketing, then I'm going to cut a check and invest in a marketing program, in a marketing trainer, and someone who understands my business model, someone who understands where I want to go, is further along in that path and could explain to me how to do what they've done. That is, that's a fast way. I know that I'm redeeming the time because here's the thing. If there's 2 ways to learn, you could either learn from your own mistakes or you can learn from the mistakes of others. Learning from your own mistakes is going to cost you time. Learning from the mistakes of others is going to cost you money, but save you time. So I'm thinking, well, if I've been an entrepreneur since I was 10 years old. That's about 18 years of entrepreneurship experience. And I'm like, okay, I've had ups and downs along the way, but the greatest breakthroughs was when I invested in mentors. That's when I've really made the biggest jumps and leaps in my business to get to the next level, is when I cut the check and I invested in a mentor. And so I just think, well, I could figure it out for another 10, 18 years, or I could take their 18 years of experience and cut them a check and compress decades into days. That's what I'm more interested in. And that's where the wealthy think differently than the poor. So if you're building a business on people are looking always for a discount and always for things to be done for free, it's going to be really hard to build the business of your dreams. So who do you target instead? Well, the third type of buyer is what I call a payment plan Paul. See, payment plan Pauls, these are those who are willing to pay. They're willing to pay for solutions to their problems, to their health challenges. They've got a sickness and they're like, I don't understand much about this. I haven't dedicated the decades into solving my health challenge, losing weight, getting fit, or reversing this sickness. I've prioritized somewhere else, but I'm willing to pay but they often want to do it in payments. Part of the challenge with payments, I'm not entirely against it, it's just not my favorite type of buyer, is that sometimes with payments people pay in, sometimes people are late with payments, sometimes they don't do payments, sometimes people say that one thing and they don't do the other, and it sometimes can be a hassle in collections. So like the payment plan, Paul, isn't really the ideal, although they're willing to pay a premium. They're willing to pay for the health knowledge that you have, and they want to invest and learn from you, and so that they can buy their time back at a discount, they're willing to invest as long as they have a payment plan, and that's okay. But the fourth type of buyer is my absolute favorite, and this is who I attract in my marketing, and what I have really learned to do is what I would call Premium Peter. See, Premium Peter is willing to pay a premium. Not only is he willing to pay a premium, he's willing to pay in full. And one of the best ways to attract Premium Peters in your business is, one, learning how to market to the affluents and invest in mentors who could explain the difference. Because if you're speaking to Premium Peter, you will be repelling the do-it-yourself Dallases. If you are speaking to do-it-yourself Dallases and discount Davids, you're going to be repelling the Premium Peters and the payment plan Pauls, because they just think differently about money. And the language that you use, the stories that you use are going either selling to Premium Peters or they are repelling Premium Peters in your business. There's no middle ground. And once you realize what are the habits of speaking or content that we say, one of the reasons why people create so much content, they create all this content and they're not making it profitable and they're not sure how to turn that content into cash flow, is because people say just create content and you're going to create money and you never have a money problem again. But it's not entirely, that's not all that there is to it. There's also the messaging. It's how you're speaking. And there's ways that you're able to track accurately the exact piece of content that was responsible for real business results, and then repeat more of what worked and do less of what doesn't work. And that is the way that you speak to your audience will either attract the Premium Peters. The people are willing to pay a premium. The premium speaking gigs for you to speak to an audience filled with Premium Peters, or to attract premium students to your courses, to attract premium clients to your coaching. There are, and learning the difference is one of the things that has helped us to be able to attract high-paying clients in our business. We used to take what we made in a year and then learn how to make it in a month. Then take what used to take us a month to make $10,000 and learn how to make it in a week. And then what would take us to make $10,000 in a week, learn how to make it in a day, and then even having $40,000 days, and we're going to our six-figure day. But it's understanding this one thing. You don't attract the buyer you desire, you attract the buyer you are. One of the biggest reasons people have a hard time attracting high-paying clients is because they have a hard time paying a premium for their investments. Because here's the reality: those who refuse to buy will be unable to charge. Why? Because if you don't believe in yourself and in your vision and your dream enough to invest a premium, how could you speak with authenticity or with conviction that that other people are able and willing to invest a premium in your health knowledge? And I know one of the best things that I do for my clients is charge them a premium, charge them a lot of money to work with me. And you're saying, wait a minute, Enoch, you mean that's one of the best things you do for yourself? No. One of the best things I do for my clients is I charge them a lot of money to work with me. Why? Because number one of the ways that I know that they'll be able to charge a premium and believe that there are people out there who will charge a premium is because they've already invested a premium to work with me. Once they've invested a lot to work with me, they start to believe. Some incredible thing happens. Belief. that there's other people out there just like them. One of the things I could tell my students is like, you know how you know that you've invested a premium? Just look at your students, look at other people. All of you invested in a premium to work with me, therefore other people will invest a premium to work with you. They exist. You just have to learn how to market to them differently, how to speak to them in a different way than you would attract the do-it-yourself Dallas. And we attract the type of buyer that we are. So when you are able to invest and you believe enough in what you are offering in your coaching, that you're willing to invest in coaching, then it's easier for you to sell a premium coaching program. Does that make sense? So so what you want to do is really avoid attracting these three types of buyers and become the premium Peter that you want to attract. As you start investing, as you start learning how to distinguish your conversation, and I gave you some tips. Some of them is stop emphasizing all the discounts. What we do instead is like, well, the prices are going up. This is the last time that I'm going to be offering it at this price. Instead of like where Black Friday everyone's going down, I like to go up and say, hey, I'm raising my prices. It's going up. It was the last opportunity to buy it at this price. And that way it's not cheapening your product and cheapening what you're doing. You're able to give people those options. And as you go through, you will find that you will start to attract people who desire to work with you. And I like it the way that Jim Rohn states, if you want to be a person who is surrounded by premium people, then, or by profitable people, by successful people, become a person who successful people want to be around or who want to listen to, and start telling stories that successful people or wealthy people are interested in listening to. Because it's very clear that what wealthy people and poor people listen to are totally different. Poor people love to spend their time in entertainment. Wealthy people love to spend their time in education. Poor people often have big TVs and small libraries. Wealthy people have big libraries and small or no TV. They are constantly investing in themselves. Just like money, wealthy people are not spending time, they're investing time. They're investing time in their mind, they're investing in themselves, they're investing in their business, where poor people spend a lot of time in TV and media and Netflix and YouTube, and they spend so much time in entertainment. And I know Myron Golden, a mentor of mine, he said, the TV is an electronic income reducer. And he's just saying, like, if you're making less than $10,000 a month, then stop watching TV, because the only thing it's doing is reducing your income. And the TV is electronic income reducer. And the same thing with Netflix, same thing with YouTube, same thing with different ways that you can stream. But the powerful thing is, when you become a buyer, you start to attract buyers. I just found that as I'm willing to invest, the reason I don't have those challenges charging people to work with me is because I don't have a challenge paying people to work with me. I find it so interesting how people want to build a business, but they're not interested or willing yet to pay the premium that is required for them to get paid their premium. But that is part of the master key that unlocks becoming a magnet to high-paying clients in your business. And if you get this, you can build the business of your dreams that rewards you generously and serves people at a higher level. But if you miss this, then don't expect that you're going to get paid a premium for your advice. A lot of it is cause and effect. If you found this video helpful and you want to know more, then I'm going to be doing a challenge soon, and it is called the High Income Health Expert Challenge. And it's 5 days, and if you want to work with me during these 5 days, I can coach you through VIP, and where you can ask questions, learn what does it take for you to build a business that you can enjoy. If you got questions about how to market to the affluent, what problem you're able to solve that that rich people are willing to pay a premium for? How can you avoid the common pitfalls that would keep your profits very small and your business from growing? If you're interested in working together for 5 days during this challenge, this is quite an incredible experience to be able to go through with your business and understanding where I'm going to be pulling back the curtains of how to build a high-income health expert business. Just click challenge, type challenge in the comments below, and I'd love to send you more information on how you can get started. Thank you so much for watching, friends, and remember, God doesn't call a qualified, He qualifies a called.